The Horizon Festival. The music festival focused around cars, music, and fucking hobos doing crack in the front row of a concert, baby! Since 2012, the Forza Horizon series has been a direct competitor to Need for Speed, even though comparing the two series is kind of like trying to compare Dave Chappelle's stand-up to Pickle Rick. You just can't compare the two because Pickle Rick is just the funniest shit I've ever seen. And even though Horizon 4 is pretty fun all around, let's bring attention to a few things that makes my gamer dick gamer soft. Oh yeah, and if you guys enjoy, slap my titties around by subscribing and like the video if you guys did enjoy, so I can pay for my ex-wife's divorce fees.
Gamer. Gamer.
To display how much atmosphere actually means to core gameplay, let's go ahead and compare 2015's Need for Speed to 2017's Payback. One game radiates an illegal bad boy atmosphere which gives off the perception of grittiness with a dark and illegal focus. But it's Ghost Games, because unfortunately the police AI act like they've never driven a car before, like a bunch of stinky fucking queef brains. In Payback, everything just felt barren, lifeless, and as dry as me, because, you know, it's quarantine season, no boy action in the Miata. This comparison can also be brought to life with Horizon 1 versus motherfucking Dos, Trace, and Quattro. Not in general, but just free drive. For example, in Horizon 1, everywhere you go around the map, the festival's theme follows you everywhere you go. Kind of like the smell of my nuts after driving around in my 30-year-old car with no AC. In order to illustrate this, look at Horizon 4. Everywhere you go outside of the festival's radius, you wouldn't even think you're at a car-focused music festival. You go to the countryside, you go to Ambleside where the same hippie from earlier is still smoking crack, and even in Edinburgh, there's still no festival promo. And you may be sitting there on your porcelain throne thinking to yourself, well, how would you fix this, dick milk? One way to aid this is bringing back the idea that the festival is constantly following you. This can be done through each event around the map having a race sign-up booth exactly like Forza Horizon 1, and at that booth just have a few little bits and bobs to make it stand out against the environment exactly like Horizon 1, like having flyers and anime bitches. Sponsors being much more in your face is also something I think would connect you to the game's world. It was really cool seeing Fatley's Bridgestone, GoPro, Goodyear, Recaro, and Rockstar Energy sponsorships riddled throughout events, making it feel very true to life. Some other small but very important details to keep is more 144p spectators on every corner with jumbotrons and bleachers where the same fucking oboes smoking even more crack underneath it. What the fuck? Obviously, in-event atmosphere is stayed, but I'd love to see this over-exaggerated atmosphere return to mo-fucking free drive. One key part of the progression that has been missing since Horizon 1 has been the physical campaign narrative.
Ready? Ready? Let's do this!
Horizon 2's was about winning 15 championships in order to gain the reputation to race in the Goliath, making it as forgettable as memorizing every job Johnny Sins has had. Horizon 3's was about earning reputation, conquering and leveling up your multiple different festival locations. And Horizon 4's was just about meeting different man-babies who train you through different aspects of driving. Robert? More like Rob, bruh. I personally don't think it takes a PhD in driftology to understand mashing A and RT helps you drift. Come on, bruh. My average demographic knows better. Horizon 1, on the other hand, introduces you to the game with you racing against the main antagonist. You then road trip to the festival and are introduced with the setting, characters, and the main goal, which is earning reputation through racing and working your way to battle Darius Flint, with the main goal of you pushing him off into the fucking Uber Dam. You can say that all three of these other games had a story, sure, but Horizon 1 was far more immersing with its Fast and Furious-esque story, and it's a big part of the game which helps the little gamer in the dark room feel more connected to the game's world. If I'm a crack addict and that crack is a story, corny or not, I'm mo-fucking fiending for that shit, you kidding me? Hey you!
Me?
Yeah, who else, dumbass? Is your pile of shit slow as fuck? Well, go ahead and slap one of my stickers on your shitbox and you'll see a night and day difference in performance for your dog shit on wheels. Is the smell of rotten cheese lingering from your ball sack? Well, get rid of that smell of ball humidity with one of my air fresheners.
Wow, thanks. My car doesn't smell like nutsack anymore.
No. Thank you for your hard-earned money, fuckstick. In all seriousness, the pilot drop will be launching on September 1st, and follow my Instagram for it in the description. I'll be giving stickers and air fresheners away to one of you fucking hobos. Anyway, on with the video. One big issue I had with Forza's past is how they handled paid content and DLC. With Horizon 4, Turn 10 and Playground Games both collectively thrown their user-unfriendly paid DLC practices from their past straight out of the fucking window. for the most part. However, there are a few things that disadvantage Forza Horizon 4 for people who aren't willing to spend some of that mo-fucking sweet Dogecoin on some expansions. For instance, the best drift road in the entire fucking game is locked behind the Fortune Island DLC, and on the other hand, the racetrack is locked behind the Minecraft Speed Champions DLC. And don't get me wrong, both of Forza Horizon 4's expansions do have original content not seen in the vanilla game, but locking these two things behind expansions is just one big wad of bird shit right on our fucking mouths. For example, I believe proper expansions should be done by including things that bring different gameplay to the table instead of including gameplay that enhances what is already established at its core, like keeping the best drift road behind a paywall. Especially when drifting is just as big of a staple of Forza as much as speed being a staple to the Mazda Miata. Pretty much all I'm saying is, just don't slap us on the ass and lock improvements upon the base game behind a paywall. Thanks Turn 10 and Playground Games. Now give me a big ol' kiss right on the lips. The Horizon series has a weird relationship with me regarding the location. However, my issues came in the form of the execution of these locations, and my ex-wife's divorce lawyer. All Horizon games have maps with areas that you can have fun with, but the amount of urban cities and elevation changes have been lackluster. Horizon 4 did a good job of taking these two categories into account, but much like the length of my content, it wasn't enough. Sure, there's elevation changes in Horizon 4, but the lack of mountain passes with switchbacks and hairpins is really disappointing. And that's exactly why you find everyone and their deceased great-grandmothers on Fortune Island drifting down the mountain pass. Horizon 4 also had Edinburgh, which is good, but I'd want multiple cities with dense city streets and crackhead hobos wandering the sidewalks. I'm fine with any real-world location as long as we have some road variation, elevation changes, multiple dense cities, and other miscellaneous locations which the map designers haven't been lacking in. Oh yeah, and give me an actual drag strip please, because every time I cross the finish line, I just, taking off to fucking Neptune. Horizon 3 introduced us to upgrade heroes with introducing the series to modern day trending aftermarket brands like Liberty Walk, Rocket Bunny, RWB, and of course, the Niner Fan Edition cardboard body kit, baby. And come on, bro, I wouldn't expect Need for Speed levels of customization just because Horizon's car list is as big as Ian Bell's head. Customizable taillights, headlights, fenders, as well as being able to plop a fucking sticker on your windows should definitely see an introduction to Forza, because I'm not sure why they aren't already there. The only reason why I view this as such a big deal is just because of how extensive the avatar customization is when car customization should be the priority. And if acquiring licenses to brands such as Abflug or Veilside aren't possible, a rehaul to Forza Aero and it having multiple tasteful, allow me to repeat myself, multiple tasteful options should definitely be taken into account. Other games like The Crew 1 and 2 and even Need for Speed have done this, and I'd love to see multiple race-inspired Forza Aero options all around the car. Just make sure that the Forza Aero doesn't look like it was made by a fucking 12-year-old. One of the most complained about things I've ever seen in fucking comment sections of YouTube and Instagram is Forza's sound engine. And honestly, I don't blame people for moaning at Forza over this like a sideshow spectator getting hit by a 97 Camaro. Here's what the cummy and juicy Ferrari fuck sounded like in Horizon 3. And ew, get this shit away from me, cause this is what it sounds like in Horizon 4. And yes, there are a decent amount of cars that do sound good, but overall, just do better with the sound engineering next game, Forza, Jesus Christ. Another adjustment I'd like to see is done to the Drift Club drift events. I thought it was just a little boring just monging on a pretty straight road with a couple of turns until—
Nice drifting, you filthy minority.
What the fuck? However, my main gripe is the fact that this is literally just a bucket list mode copy and pasted over to a drift focused event. One way I think they can make it more fun is, as I stated earlier, road variation, because there isn't nearly enough winding roads that you could drift around and fall off of a cliff to your fucking death. Another way is by introducing some more drift game modes. I personally think it would be really cool to see drift events with man-made objects to drift around while following a route in one of the playground game areas, like an abandoned rail yard in a Gymkhana styled event. You could also program drivatars to drift against you, similar to how online drift adventures are. These small but major things just mix it up a little bit rather than being stuck on a straight ass road for 2.5 minutes monging to your fucking death. Despite the 7 things I'd like to see fixed in Horizon 5, I still think Horizon 4 is a pretty decent and fun racing game. But then again, all of Forza Horizon's competition is like my fucking toilet bowl after Taco Bell. Shit. Forza devs, if you're watching, big kisses from your boy, and I'll see you guys in whatever digital chlamydia I post next.